Greetings, friends! Welcome back to the Mercenaries of Mischief. Got in a bit of hot water last week visiting Penn's family. Seems that the religious zealots are not too keen on necromancy. Go figure. But before we get into this week's action, Puck, any announcements for today?
Oh, I have a few of those. But first, I must take attendance. Starting with Jiren, Wanderer Jim, Cretus, Ryle Grimrick, James Marte, Larissa Quill, Grilka, Axel, and Alexis Vernon. Thank you all who showing up regularly to the courses. Announcements for today. Well, it's kind of a regular week around here. We're gonna see what happens with our good friends on the Mercenaries of Mischief today. And then we're going to have another round of Mom's Trash Bin on Tuesday. And then we got some other stuff coming down the pipes, but we'll talk about it next week. So that's a little tasty taste for you guys. And I believe that's it for announcements today.
Let's not forget to...
Oh, right, the sponsor. The stickers. Sorry, you usually catch me on that one all the time, so I completely forgot about it. Don't forget to thank our sponsor, Hero Forge. Hero Forge. If you want a custom miniature, use Hero Forge. They have been so good to us. They're incredible supporters of the channel, just like you guys are. So be sure to go out and check out their stuff. Get yourself some custom minis or tokens or even cool little slide-on initiative trackers. There's a lot of cool stuff you can get out of Hero Forge. At some point, I would like to get like one of the bronze statues of my characters for my nerd wall. And maybe I'll do that. And then I'll just have it behind me.
That'd be dope. All right.
Yeah, right.
Look out, beware, roll the dice if you dare. Let's go and fight, protect, persuade, deceive, let your party run free. Enter the world of mercenaries.
And we're back. Hello, and welcome to the Mercenaries of Mischief show, Season 3, Episode 6. Something's rotten in the state of Quill Point. There's a theme. We're doing a thing. Anyways, I'm your benevolent dungeon master, Puck.
Wait, benevolent dungeon master. Do we have audio? Audio board?
Yeah, it's right here.
Is it going?
Audio man.
Audio man.
Okay, we did a minute ago. What the hell?
Yeah, I just want...
Oh yeah, I didn't get to do the like. That is how you know it started.
Maybe refresh it, because I did have to restart VMA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, live!
There he is.
Look at it.
There we go. Now he's back. Yes, benevolent. I am not wearing my hat today. You might notice it doesn't mean anything. See, if you look here, Scott's head was cold, and it happens in these winter months. Now then, I am your benevolent dungeon master, Puck, and I am joined today by these individuals caught up in the family drama, which I will now introduce in no particular order. Trying desperately to curry favor with the zealotous clerics and wishing everybody would stop giving her a hard time about it, Gilbetta fucking not. Joining us here today. Feeling super worried and out of place being surrounded by religious zealots, we have Norbog, the Hugbear Barbarian, joining us here today. Discovering new kinds of fear and anxiety, we have Pennathan Rite joining us as well. And absolutely ready to go upside the head of a certain paladin, we have our Lilith Singer joining us as well, because somebody called her a devil. And last but not least, we have a gentleman just absolutely ready to launch into some political intrigue and courtroom drama. Kashano the Quick joining us as well. He's just like, please, I was made for this. Just let me do it.
This is like my one thing.
Literally what my character is built for.
Just let me do it. I'll put them all away. When last we left our heroes, they had decided that it was time to go visit Penn's family. And oh, what a trip it's been. They have taken their friendship out to the Quill Point Islands. And upon arriving at the Quill Point Islands, they were greeted by a golden-armored, rainbow-bearded and haired gentleman who introduced himself as Craylon Rite, the commander of the Sun Knights of the Quill Point Islands and cousin to Pennathan Rite. And he was very excited to see his cousin. Big hugs all around, saying, "You must come inside, cousin. Let's have a feast." So, invited them in for a feast. We got to meet Penn's mother, who's not angry. She's just disappointed. And we also met Quill Rite, the uncle of Pennathan Rite, who tutored him a little bit in necromancy before he left. And we learned that Penn's father has gone ill and no one is allowed to see him. Now, naturally, the party knew that something was rotten right off the get-go.
Bruce too happy.
And sprung into action to try gather information. Penn dispatching his his rarely seen familiar whisper out to go find some information, while Kashano used a bit of trickery to walk around invisible in the castle. And they were able to confirm their suspicions that, yeah, something's not right here. And in fact, Penn's father is in a comatose state, unresponsive to healing, but very much alive and hidden away in secret passages within the castle. But just as the party was beginning to try and formulate a plan, it was time for an awkward family dinner. And everyone was invited down to the feast hall. And they all sat down for awkward family dinner time. The feast hall has 6 Sun Knights presiding over the feast for protection. And about midway through the feast, Quill Rite. Nope. That one. Quill Rite stood up, placed his cutlery on the table, and said that, "My queen, I cannot go on with this charade any longer. I am afraid your son is a heretic, a practicer of necromantic magic in our own kingdom."
Yeah. Shano jumps up. He is only deflecting from his own heresy. I can prove it, if offered the
A
chance.
bold accusation
Yes.
to come up against the Dawnbringer himself. A stranger to this kingdom, my queen, we do not need to entertain such things.
Do you not wonder why this cloud hangs over your kingdom? Pennathan may be an apostate. He may not follow your church, but he has carried the light far and wide. And I can attest to his deeds that will ensure you that he has kept Lathander's truth and Lathander's values as he has traveled the lands.
My queen, it is obvious that this cloud has come upon us because of the stain your son has put on our family.
So while everyone's doing this and is distracted,
Yeah.
Gilbetta, as soon as this starts happening, Gilbetta goes, all right, and she slumps down and she's gonna crawl under the table until she can get to Lilith. And in Awakened Mind, she's gonna be like, Lilith, invisibility. Gimme.
Jesus. Yeah, okay.
So while that is happening,
Pat.
I would-
You're invisible now.
I would like everyone else to make a perception check. Pretty please.
That's a 9.
I got a
from
nat
me.
20.
All right.
I'm shook.
I
So,
like-
yeah,
Yeah, I got my hand on Penn's shoulder and like I'm very alert.
I am
right now.
very engaged. I'm rocking an 8.
All right. So
I'm in
Gilbetta
this
surprised
conversation.
me.
Lilith.
23.
Norbog and Lilith, you both notice that the moment Quill Wright makes this accusation,
Uh-huh.
4 of the 8 guards in the room, because 2 entered through the main hallway as soon as he made the accusation. 4
What?
of the 8 guards
Oh.
placed their hands on their swords.
This is a place of light. Do you not have some way of confirming or compelling the truth from me? I will gladly subject to whatever means you like and tell you what I have witnessed of your Dawnbringer's heresies.
And Queen Stillis raises an eyebrow at all of this that is unfolding at her family dinner. And she says, Quilton, this is quite the accusation you've posed. My son forsakes his duties and runs off to some school to learn to be a wizard, but that does not make him a heretic. However, there are certain questions about this cloud that does hang over us. So if you are serious about this, I think perhaps we should hold a hearing or an inquest.
Can I message Penn to see if he can tell his mom to lower the weapons with the guards?
We got Awakened Mind open, so you can say
Yeah, that's what I meant by
whatever
like Awaken Mind. I don't remember what it was called until now. There you go. Thank
You
you.
said they all
Yeah.
went hand to sword. Has anyone drawn yet?
4 of them did. 4 of the 8 went hand to sword. None of them drew.
Yeah, so I'm letting Penn know, like, tell your mom to do something about
Dude, tell your
His
mom to
gods?
chill.
Yeah, I guess if Lilith says that, I mean, because I've been kind of in a shock, and then Kashano's spraying, so I'm like, all right, he's got it. But yeah, when she mentions this and I notice, I'll say, Mother, surely, I mean, look, and I point and gesture at the guards who look like they're about to fight us, and I'm like, why is this necessary? This is a conversation that could be held in a proper place, such as the inquiry, so why are they like this?
And your mother glances around the room at your suggestion and notices this. And she immediately stands up from her seat, and you can tell that she is furious.
Go, mama.
Take your hands off of your swords. This is your prince until I tell you otherwise. And another perception check, please, from those paying attention. Oof.
I got a nat 1 this time.
Yeah, a 19 this time.
All right.
22 for Invisibetta.
So Invisibetta and Kashano, you guys pick up on this. The guards that have their hands on their blades dart their eyes back and forth between Queen Stillis and Quill.
Yep.
before eventually relenting and removing their hands from their swords. Quill attempting to recover the situation, saying, "My queen, I apologize. I do not mean to ask for anything drastic, but I think it is best that your son go to exile and renounce his claim to the throne."
Inspect his staff. It is
What?
only disguised with an illusion to seem as though he serves Lathander. He is serving some god of the storm, someone who seeks to obscure the light.
This is absurd.
Can anyone dispel an illusion? Perhaps try it on a staff. If he has nothing to hide, then he will seek to hide nothing.
Very well. Here. Take it.
Well, I mean, I don't know how to dispel illusion. I can show you
how?
what it was that I saw, and I witnessed him dispel the current visage of his staff and produce something like this. And I'll do... I guess I have to use a major image of this. I don't think I have a minor image. Shit, okay. How bunk that is. And I'll waste a major image to just create a recreation of staff that we saw.
All right. This is a symbol of Talos, the queen says. My queen, I've certainly never seen such a thing before in my life. Not on this island.
Do you have some way to compel the truth from him? Or from myself, to verify that I have seen what I say I have seen?
We do, but this is not the setting for it.
Of course.
Quilton? Pen, what is your friend's name?
Oh, this is Kashano the Quick.
Kashano the Quick.
Off that last part.
That's such a mom move where like your friends introduce yourselves and they don't even remember your name. So we will have a proper inquest. We will finish our dinner and we will have it in the morning the Lord's light. Pen, you may choose someone to defend you, or you may do it yourself.
Me. Pick me.
If you wish to prove these allegations against your uncle, I suggest you choose carefully.
Wait, not physically defend. Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm
Shauna
pretty
died.
sure. I find, forgive my brashness, mother, but I find that unacceptable. I cannot wait till morning while this man clearly has a hold over our kingdom, even through which I have not seen so far outside of this room. Where is father? Why can no one see him? Does anyone actually know?
Father is ill. And it is the purpose of the archpriest, as she glares across the table, to ensure the health of the royal family.
So he hides him away and won't let any of us see him.
Yes.
Awaken
And-
mine. Oh, never mind.
You have been away a long time, but there are ways that things are done here. I know you understand.
And yeah, it's just like a very tight-lipped silence at that point.
Okay, awaken mine with pen and say, like, Have they had any kind of progress at all with his health? Perhaps their way isn't good enough, and maybe they should reconsider what they're doing so far? If they want to have the king? No?
I don't know that now is the time to question the traditions. You're being granted a hearing. We just have to make sure that nothing nefarious happens in the night. Anything it buys us time.
By the way, Jabetta trying to leave and go based on Penn's description of where he sent Whisper and find Penn's dad.
Okay, then. Invisibetta is on the hunt for Penn's dad.
Yep.
So, as the things relent and the awkward dinner finishes out, as everyone is being dispatched from the dining hall, Queen Stillis stands. Pennathan Rite. Yes, my queen. As the commander of the Sun Knights, you are to ensure that no harm comes to Pennathan Rite or his companions until the truth can be determined at this inquest in the morning. Of course, my queen. By Lathander's light, I shall do as you say. And everyone is dispatched. And you're all free to leave this place as Quill stomps away, flanked by 4 of the knights.
I guess, have we been, like, stripped of our belongings or anything?
Nope. You are not being kept as prisoners. Just everywhere you go, Craylon is following you guys.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, do you intend to defend yourself?
I surely do not think that I would be the best cut out for that. Honestly, part of me wants to just be honest with them at this point, but I do believe that you seem to be ready and raring to go for this. So I trust you just as much as anyone else. Also, in just awakened mind, I'm like, hey, where's Jabetta? And I'm like genuinely concerned because as far as I know, she just isn't there anymore.
I don't know either, but just I'm going to err on the side of trusting her. Do not bring it up.
Well, working with Jabetta after some time, in her words, don't worry about it.
But she...
Hopefully gathering evidence and not toppling the kingdom. Well,
okay.
And then out loud, well, it's perhaps best that I brush up on the local interpretation of the laws, though I do have some experience with Lathander.
I'll take you all to my favorite room in the castle.
Yeah. And Kashana
library
pulls down and shows on his right side of his chest, there is a mark of Lathander tattooed in there. Canonically, he has most of the major religions tattooed on his body.
Oh! You have scarred your flesh with the mark of Lathander!
Of course, his light reaches all corners.
Oh, we are like brothers! And he hugs you.
Indeed. Oh, all right. That, yes, like brothers. And over his shoulder, I wink at Penn.
I must admit, I was very concerned when my father pulled such allegations against my cousin. But to see the kind of company that he keeps shifty an individual as you may seem, even you know the light of Lathander.
Yes. If we were to stop seeking the dawn, how could we have ended up here? I actually think that you may be able to help us with some of this. Bring me up to speed sort of on the consequences and most highly held tenets of the local sort of form of worship. I know Lathander's light shines differently in different places.
Oh, I could speak of Lathander's teachings and tenets for hours.
Fantastic. And so I guess the basic things were, but Penn, you have a library to bring us to, I think?
I assume we were walking and talking at this
yeah.
point. Yeah, because the library is, it's so big. I love it so much.
So I guess before we jump into the local specifics, and I'm sure we'll just glaze over. Don't worry, audience, we're not gonna do an hour of research here, unless you want us to. But having recently done a lot of research into world history and military history and stuff, I know I didn't find out a lot about this place, but what do I know about the spread of it? How cut off are these guys?
They're not, it's not like a super isolationist culture. They still trade and they deal with the outside world a bit. They're just not a huge player on the global scale. They're just, it's not like, oh, we better check in with the Quill Point Islands before we invade this country. Who knows what they might think? Like it's no, but they're not a powerful enough player on the global scale to be consulted in the most manner, but they still have some contact with the outside world. They're not backwards and isolationist. However, the entire islands emphatically worship Lathander. In fact, the eastern and westernmost islands have temples on their highest points, known as Lathander's Greeting and Lathander's Farewell. And one temple greets the sunrise, and the other one greets the sunset.
Okay. So I guess, do I get the impression that this is like Western Orthodox Lathander or like Reform Lathander?
Kind of like Reformed Lathander. And like, Lathander's tenets are all about creation.
Yeah.
Everything about Lathander is creation. A lot of like christenings and births and fertility ceremonies are based around Lathander. Lathander despises the presence of undead. It says that everywhere. Yeah. But the one thing Lathander despises more than that is doing evil in the world. So the tenets of Lathander are, you need to be somebody who prevents evil from being done in the world.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was hoping. No, this is going to be great. This is going to be fine. And this is going to be fine.
Penn, I got this. I have such a solid case. It's like within like 10 minutes, Kashana's got like a pile of papers done. I
guess, do you want me to ask some follow-up questions now, or do we want to see what the best do?
Well, I mean, ask him in a little bit. We're gonna touch base with a couple other people and see where that too. So once you guys arrive at the library, Kraylon comes over to you, Penn.
Yes, cousin?
Cousin, I was shaken by my father's allegations of you.
I'm sure you were. They caught me off guard a bit as well.
They're not true, right? You're not a heretic, like he said.
In his head, like, you're not. You're an apostate at best.
Right. And actually, I'm gonna sever Awakened Mind. Not like in a rude way, just like as a I shake my head and just kind of sever it for a second. And I look at Kraylon and I'm like, cousin, let's talk over, and I gesture somewhere where he can still see everyone else, but maybe like a little sitting table off to the side from everyone else. And I'll lead him over there, and with awakened mind to just him, I will say, cousin, this is me. You can hear me in your head. This is part of who I am. This is who I chose to be, but I'm not a heretic in the way I believe that our kingdom likes to shed light on. I mean, look at these people, and I gesture over at Norbog and Lilith, and I'm sure they're doing something cute. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure they're probably like doing something that's totally harmless.
They're both like holding books upside down.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm doing like some hot gossiping, and they said I'm just like, his cousin said that. What if I had to go say something like that? Like Lil's just like trying to get it out of her system,
braiding her hair to keep her in place so she can't run off in a rage.
Oh, that's a good cheat move.
Yep.
And I continue and I say, these are good people. And the longer I've known them, the more I've come to realize that. And I realized that a lot of the beliefs we hold here about what constitutes good people and those that we would call heretics, it's not as clear cut as they make it seem. I am not evil. I can tell you that with certainty. I am not an evil man. I use everything that I do, everything that I study for good. But I do and have studied the magic that affects life and death. And in complete honesty, it was your uncle, or my uncle, your father, who inspired that in me. And now he seems to be using that knowledge against me, and I don't know why. I'm not bad, but I might be a heretic by the standards here. And this is all an awakened mind.
As you say this to him in awakened mind, the unflappable smile that has been pinned to this man's face the entire time fades away. And he kind of hangs his head a little bit. And eventually it comes back up. Cousin. And he places his hand on his chest, speaks an incantation, and casts a spell on himself. Strike me.
Why? Do I recognize this spell? Is this what I think it is?
Strike me. And if there is evil in your heart, you will not be able to harm me.
I don't even want to. I'm crying a little bit. If this is what it takes to prove it to you, I'll do it, but I don't want to.
Do not worry, cousin. I will be fine either way.
Okay. And I'm not getting a staff out or anything. It's just a straight up, I'll just try to punch him in the chest.
All right. Crap. The chat's like, Eldritch Blast.
God, no. People, please.
All right.
Do you need me to roll that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, gotta roll it.
But is he like wearing heavy armor?
Yeah, he's covered in like golden plate armor.
Punch him right
That's
in the
gonna-
plate.
Pen's gonna hurt his knuckles.
Yeah, that's a 15 on a d20 because I don't know how to roll an unarmed strike, so I think
All
it's
right,
just
what is your strength bonus?
0.
Okay, that's a 15 then. Ding.
Did it hurt? It shouldn't have anyway, but...
No, cousin. but my spell was not engaged.
And then there's a sigh, and I step back, and I Eldritch Blast my cousin.
I think he was saying you passed the test, but this is funny.
Oh, well, never mind. I mean, not never mind, because I already did it, but... Oh, that's a 13 to hit.
Oh, you missed him.
Oh, no, not the library.
Yes. It is clear. There is no evil in your heart. And you are not a formidable adversary.
Whew. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're lucky I love you. Oh, I'm lucky I love you.
Cousin, I believe you.
Thank you. That means a lot from someone back home or here.
It is funny. When we were younger, I had dreams of going off to another continent like you. But I was groomed for this title. It is my place. It is my desire to serve the light of Lathander in whatever way I can.
You can serve the light of Lathander in whatever way you can. I know I just said the same thing you said, but you hear that inflection, right? Like, you can go off and be someone else and still serve that. Cousin, I don't speak with that God anymore. It's not because I don't believe in some of his tenets, but this place, and I gesture, ruined it for me. I've seen innocent people slain in the name of the light, and that's partially why I pursue what I pursue, because I wish to show that there are a lot of backgrounds and people and belief systems that all accomplish the same goal. I truly believe my friend Kashana when he says that he believes that I'm still serving the light, even though I don't necessarily do it in Lathander's name. I still do good.
As long as you do not shy away when evils are committed before your eyes, you shine the light of Lathander in this world.
And I suppose I always will.
My troubled heart is settled, cousin. I will be by your side till the very end.
And I for you, cousin. And I kind of clap him on the shoulder.
All right. Meanwhile, Gilbetta is exploring the castle.
What's up?
So, Gilbetta, you're invisible. And you're able to kind of sneak out of this situation as everyone departs. Now, from what Penn was able to tell you, is there is a kind of network of tunnels all over the place, secret passageways, and with his instructions, because he lived here for such a long time, it doesn't take long before you're able to find one of these halls. You go into one of the empty guest rooms and you're able to slide a bookcase out and get into these darkened passages. Now, from there, how are you looking for this man?
I'm just because I would have asked Penn the other night for like explicit details on where like how to get to his dad.
All right.
So I'm just following that.
Just following the trail.
Yeah.
All right. So with his instructions, eventually through a series of staircases, you come to this room. And there he is, the old man laying on the bed, his eyes wide open in a kind of catatonic state.
So I'm gonna make sure I close the door behind me or whatever the...
There's no door, just passages. There are
Okay.
2 passages that lead into this room. The room itself is kind of circular with windows that open out over the Heretic wood.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to look around the room itself and see if I find anything
All right.
that could give me some kind of hint as to what this state that he's in is.
What form of looking are you going to use?
Well, is there anything in the... Is there, like... Are there shelves? It's like...
There is a simple 4-poster bed. It looks rather luxurious. The covers are over top of him and just his head is poking out. And then next to it, there is a small table with a silver dish. There is a pitcher of water and a wooden cup on that table. Other than that, there's nothing else in this room.
Okay. Well, I will look at the table and first, I guess, and see if everything on there is exactly what it appears to be.
All right. Could I get an investigation check?
That's a 10.
All right. So with a 10, you do notice the most obvious thing about this table. The cup and the pitcher of water, the rings at the bottom of them are inconsistent. They've been picked up and put down multiple times.
Okay. The next thing I will look, just because, yeah, typical, if there's nothing else in here, under the bed.
All right. Under the bed, darkness there and nothing more.
Okay. And then I will move to actually doing a check on him to see if I can figure out what this is.
All right. No remains of the cat. The cat was spectral.
Yes, but yeah.
All right. Give me an investigate or a medicine check to check him over. Ooh.
That's a 23 medicine.
23 medicine. So, using the medical knowledge that you have gained over a long career of providing care to many dead and nearly dead people, some of which you travel with regularly. You can see that he is breathing steadily, but in low, shallow breaths, almost rhythmically. He doesn't have a fever, and there's nothing unusual about his body. His eyes are strained, and he occasionally blinks very slowly.
Okay.
And there appears to be a somewhat panicked look in the eyes.
Okay, I will cast message.
Okay.
And I'll say, "Are you in there? Can you hear me?"
you get back Dark Pine Crossing. Orange caps. Powdered.
Is that how this happened to you or how to help you?
Cure.
Also, Ham Jobetta, Ben's friend. That Quill's his brother, right? Or is Penn's mom's brother?
Quill is his brother.
Okay. I thought, yeah, Jobetta's like, yeah, your brother's a dick. She's like, I'll see if I can get the Dark Pine Crossing orange caps powder something. It's not a lot to go on. But it's fine. I know you're dealing with a lot right now.
His eyes are screaming.
Yeah. And Jobetta says, "Are you sure? Is this the only way?"
Do not know.
Okay. So since he said this, I'm gonna, just to see if I can figure anything else out, I'm gonna cast Detect Poison and Disease.
All right.
Because it tells me, because if it is something like that, it tells me the kind of poison or the kind of disease, so.
There is a disease within him. It is magically fueled, and
Okay.
it puts someone in a kind of stasis.
Okay.
And it is very powerful.
Okay. So probably not something that a measly 3rd level Dispel Magic could take care of.
You don't get the feeling that your Dispel Magic is going to be potent enough to get rid of this one. Even then, it could potentially, if it was powerful enough, get rid of the magic that's fueling the disease, but the disease itself would still exist.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And she's gonna, one more time before she, because message is a cantrip, so I can do this all day long.
Casting message. It's like you probably haven't had anybody to hang out with in a while, so I'm just gonna.
So she's gonna do it one more time before she leaves, and she's gonna say, "Is this all your brother's doing, or is there anyone else helping him?"
Quilton's ally resides above the clouds.
That's probably the storm god. Okay. That's not ominous at all. Okay. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can. There's an inquiry in the morning, and she basically gives him the rundown over everything that happened at dinner. Look, the guy's been out of the loop, you know. I'm just trying to keep that
like,
in the loop.
Dinner was crazy. Let me tell you something.
And so she tells him about what happened and what the plan is for tomorrow. And she's like, I'm gonna try to see if I can have you just roll up all fine at the inquiry and be like, this motherfucker, that's the goal. So I'm gonna go do that. Hope I don't die.
The sounds of multiple footprints or footsteps are echoing down one of the hallways now, coming.
I'm a cat. Like that. As soon as I hear it, boom, I'm a cat.
All right.
Because that's currently the quietest animal that I can think of.
All right. So there's 2 hallways that exit this room, and one of the windows is open a crack. What are you gonna do?
You know what? I'm not a cat. I'm a spider. And not even a giant spider.
All right.
And I'm fucking out of here. I'm out of here. I'm sitting on the outside of the window.
Okay.
Sitting outside the window, and I'm listening.
All right. Quill Wright arrives with an accompaniment of 4 knights. And he looks over his brother. Then he turns to the knights and he says, "Go. Make sure nobody gets in or out." And they go down the 2 hallways to keep watch. Then he leans in close to his brother. "It's almost over, brother. As soon as I get your son banished, I won't need you anymore." And then he pours a glass of water and gently gives it to him.
I don't know if you've ever seen a spider run, but that's where we are.
Get.
Yeah, and so I'm whatever that, because I know that I can't. I'm not gonna risk going back through
Right.
the window and in the room. So I guess I'll just like climb over top of the well, I don't know, whatever the fastest way back to
You're
where.
cruise along the outside till you
Yeah.
find everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Like spider crawling on the ceiling or something.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So Jabetta goes to try and reconvene with the party. Meanwhile, back at the library, Lilith, Norbog, what are you guys up to while this is happening?
Trying not to be labeled a heretic and get hunted later. I can tell when people don't want me around.
Just be cool. Just be cool.
Just be cool.
Meanwhile, Lil's just like mumbling mainly to herself. And just like, oh, Penn knows me now more than another thing. Now that I didn't polymorph his cousin after what he was saying. No. Should I drink cookies meat right now? I feel like I should probably drink
No,
something.
you shouldn't. Lilith, no.
It's just,
Lilith, later. Lilith, when we're done. Lilith, please. Lilith, please don't get killed.
it's not fair.
It's not. I know. It's not.
We didn't
it's what
ask
we-
to be like this.
No, but this is what we have to do for Penn right now. It's not fair to us, but if we react badly, it's not fair to Penn. So we just bite our tongues and get drunk when we're back at the academy.
You're joining me?
Oh, of course. This is some bullshit.
It is some bullshit. Sooner we can get out of this island, the better. And of course, save Penn's dad. Yeah, that too. First, of course.
I didn't know Penn was a prince. That was kind of news to me.
Did I know? I can't quite recall.
He doesn't talk about it a lot.
No, we don't hang out a lot. Penn and I have discussed this. But that's as far as our discussion did go. We wasted a lot of time one time when we were hanging out. What was better? 9 hell demons or the dead? I still don't know much about Penn, so...
Yeah, this has been a crash course. And
Yeah.
what his mind must look like. It's spooky.
It's weird.
It's weird. They don't...
Like, what if we forget to turn off the awakened mind and we're trying to do something or think something and some private thoughts are spread out to everybody? Should we have like a warning system or something?
Lilith, you tend to say whatever you're thinking anyways. I'm not sure this is a problem for you.
I don't think so. Okay. You're presuming stuff.
Oh no, did I make you mad?
No.
I'm sorry.
You're an adorable little bear. I can't get mad at you and your little freckled nose.
I don't think anyone's called me little in a very long time, but thank you. I appreciate it. And I wiggle my nose.
Who can get mad at you?
A lot of people. You'd
Yeah.
be very surprised. There's often pitchforks and torches involved. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Let's hope that we don't.
Yeah.
But if we do...
Look, Penn has a good heart. Kashana's great at talking. As long as we just shut up and don't light anyone on fire tomorrow, I think it will be fine.
Yeah, but you saw those 4 gods. They looked like they were under the ruling of his uncle more than the queen herself. Honestly, they're part of whatever the uncle is doing, so, I mean...
All right, well, plan C can be lighting them on fire, but...
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a good third plan. But I don't think we're gonna have to. Want to? Lilith.
What? What? They're a threat. Anyone that's a threat to my family just deserves to be a chicken, and you swap them with your thorn weapon thing.
That was very satisfying.
It looked satisfying.
As it made a little bagok noise and then burst into feathers. That would be very nice to just bagok our way out of here. But we can't. It'll put Penn in danger. Look, I hate it. I hate these people. I hate these humans. They're mean. Did you see the carving on their door on the way in?
Well, we don't have to do anything mean to those gods. I could spike their drinks.
Please don't. Lily,
Why not?
please.
They won't ever know it's me. And the uncle will have 4 useless gods. Maybe. Unless they can fight through the mead. Which doesn't seem that hard to do, since I never got drunk off it. Huh. Do you want to try the mead?
Not right now.
No?
When we're back at the academy.
Okay.
While this conversation is going down, Kashana, you had follow-up questions for Kraylon.
Yes. Kraylon, I need to know more about your justice procedures around here. What sort of opportunities will we have to make a case? We'll be able to call witnesses. What time will we have to speak?
You will have time to speak until Her Majesty is convinced. This is a special scenario. Normally the archpriest presides over such things, but since my father is involved in it, the ruling will go to the queen.
All right. What was the god that his queen mentioned when I showed the image of the staff?
Talos.
Talos. I guess, yeah, to start with, do I know anything about Talos?
Talos is a violent, wrathful storm god.
Okay.
And one of the top enemies of kind of like the lawful good club of deities in Faerun. Yeah. He's right up there with Cyric.
Okay. Good.
Who you originally thought it was Umberly is in fact a subordinate of Talos.
Okay. Kraylon, do you believe that Lathander's light could be obscured from your kingdom if your high priest held true?
Perhaps. Or if my father says our kingdom has fallen out of favor with the light of Lathander. But if we found a creative way out of it, perhaps Lathander's light would shine on us again? He would be brightened by our creativity.
Precisely. I believe that your kingdom has fallen out of favor, and it's because of the deeds of your father. Now, I don't know if we can prove all of that unless we have some way to compel the truth from him, or some way to expose the truth of the magic he carries with him. We also have to be prepared for, once he is exposed, what's to say he's not going to make a play for domination. Do you know anything about the loyalties? What sort of danger are we in right now?
It is uncertain. I command the Sun Knights, but there are those among them who feel that the light of Lathander is best merited out by the blade, rather than the helping hand.
If we were
These are the old ways.
I don't think that a honest case can be made that Penn has held to all of the teachings of the church. I think we can veritably prove that he has held to the more important tenets of discovery and creativity and valuing life above all else. However, is that going to be convincing enough to keep him from being branded heretic? How precisely is heretic locally defined here?
Aunt Stillis does not want to believe that her son is a heretic. She simply wishes that he would take his responsibilities more seriously.
Well, what of his sister? Does anyone know where she is?
It is uncertain, but it is also possible that during her crusade, she has made herself ineligible for the throne.
How so?
There are certain actions that you can take up, certain titles, that will render you unable to succeed within this kingdom. They can be done during crusading. If you dedicate yourself to this life, much like I have, then, well, you can no longer take the throne. You have been pushed to a higher position in service of the Morning Lord. This is likely an argument that my uncle will make.
So then
Of course, his position also merits him not being able to take the throne. However, he has an apprentice.
An apprentice who would be in line for the throne? I guess that's the question.
No, for his position, were he to renounce it.
So it is a position that can be renounced if
his can.
But that of a crusader cannot?
No. If you take up a crusader, you give your life to pursuing justice in the name of the light of Lathander. If you are a high priest, you merely spread his word.
So supposing that Quill should be disqualified, along with Penn, who would be in line for the throne?
The kingdom would be in crisis.
Fuck.
We would have no heir. Queen Stillis would have to remarry or have another child.
There's no other heir? You have no other cousins?
We are a small collection of islands. The family is very tight.
Okay, I have to talk to Penn.
Penn internally, while that conversation was being had, when he was like, he'd have to remarry, I was like, Kashano, don't marry my mom. Kashano, don't marry my mom. Kashano, don't marry my mom.
Penn!
Oh, hey!
We need to talk
champ.
about the outcome
Hey,
you're
friend.
looking for here.
How's it going, O peer that is my age or somewhere close?
Yeah. What do you...
I
why are
don't.
you being
Anyway,
weird?
what's up? How's
What sort of ultimate outcome would you like here? Are you trying to
I would
maintain your
like-
position for the throne?
I've never really cared for that, honestly. It's not really my, interest. I'm a scholar, not a ruler.
Sure. Well, it's come to my attention that, you're kind of the last available heir, and if you were to renounce it, there's not really many other choices.
Okay. Yeah,
If your
I
sister
knew-
has taken up the mantle of a crusader. If not, she may still be eligible. But
She's probably. I don't know. I know my sister. There's a decent chance. She likes hitting things.
well, are you trying to save the kingdom, or just save ourselves and get the fuck out of here?
This is my home, and there are many people here. and like he kind of gestures very in a small way towards Kraylon. There are many people here who I believe have been misguided in a lot of ways, so I would prefer to help my mother and father get back to a safe place. My father's still alive. He's just something's up, and I know it has to do with my uncle. There's no way it couldn't.
Well, look, unless you've got some sort of information about some miracle cure that's going to suddenly turn around his condition, he's not going to be much help. So we got to figure out what happens.
There's a crash of thunder and a flash of lightning. And through the large window to the library that overlooks these lands, the flash of lightning creates this shadow of this enormous spider on the floor against everything, wiggling its legs erratically.
Let me in! Norma can hear you. She can hear me.
I can hear the spider screaming in my head. Oh, guys, it's Gilberta. I come. Let her in.
Wait, what? Where?
Put her on the floor. She's really tiny. She's at the window. Can't you see? She's waving. She's waving a lot.
Ooh. Gosh, a lot of arms. Okay. Hey.
Legs, technically.
So itty bitty.
So she'll come in, and then she sees Crayola dude over there, and she's like, and she goes behind a bookcase and comes back, and she comes out like carrying a book. She's like,
good, you found it. Yes, that's the one I was looking. Thank you.
I found it. And she looks at Penn and she's like, okay, hey, so in Awakened Mind, she's like, hey, so talk to your dad.
You spoke with my father?
Yeah, so he was able to respond to my message. So if you send a sending, he can probably respond to it.
Oh.
He said, Dark Pine Crossing, orange caps powder. Does that mean anything to you? He said that's the cure to what Quill did to him.
I mean, Dark Pine Crossing is it's north, right? I know where it is. I just...
Orange?
Yeah, it's a forest to the north of here.
Yeah, and I guess I'll go over to the window and I'll kind of point in the general direction. It's over that way.
I've heard of death caps and black caps and blue caps. They're all mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he said the orange caps are, as far as he knows, the cure for whatever Quill did to him.
So, Penn,
Yes.
if you could make a history check for me, please.
I would love to. Boom. That is a 22.
So you remember your father talking about orange cap mushrooms in Dark Pine Crossing before. He would tell you about orange cap mushrooms in Dark Pine Crossing because they are special. They grow out of the barks of the dark pines in that forest. And what makes them so special is that the small amount of light that penetrates in from the top of the forest is scattered by the bright, almost reflective coating on these orange cap mushrooms and lights up the rest of the forest. The mushrooms expand Lathander's light.
The disco ball mushrooms. I almost forgot about those.
I'm sorry, the what?
They're shiny. They're real good at reflecting light. Yeah, I remember them. They're there. He seems to think that is what will fix this.
I mean, I literally said, I sent it there and him, and I sent a message.
I'm just trying to make sure.
All right.
Oh.
That was the first. That was Dark Pine Crossing, orange caps powdered.
So, how do we get some of that and get it to him without
Well, 'cause
Uncle getting in the way?
Before I left, that's why I had the spider out of there, because Quill came back. Guards were guarding, and he is Penn, depending if he gets rid of you tomorrow, he's gonna kill your father tomorrow. As soon as he told him that he wouldn't need him anymore once you're gone.
Okay, and he's with him now. He's with my father.
Yes.
Oh, I don't like that. We should have had this tonight. I knew I shouldn't have waited till tomorrow. Okay.
If you lose the trial.
Gives us time. It didn't give us. This at least gives.
Yeah.
Okay, well, lucky for us, and I gesture. I'm assuming it's pouring since there's lightning and stuff going on outside.
Yes, it is raining out.
This is perfect mushroom weather. This is when you go mushrooming.
This is sort of the domain of our current enemy. Storm?
Maybe. Boy. And I'm like, Kraylon, is there a way for us to leave without it being like weird? Is anyone gonna think odd of us if we take a stroll as long as you're with us? Or were you gonna go do the hunt thing?
In the
really
awakened
uncool.
mind, I'm like, I think we can fill Kraylon in with everything we know. He seems to be of his word.
Cousin, the hunt has been suspended so that I may watch over you.
Perfect. So let's go walk at night in the dark in the rain.
Wherever you go, I am obligated to follow you.
Okay, I'm going. Let's go. Mushroom hunt. Who's up for it?
So these are things we can get easily.
In the dark.
Do we know how to make it into a cure, though? Do any of us? I think the only two of
It's
us with medical
powdered.
knowledge is.
Is one night enough to make a
Powder.
cure? Right?
What's the alternative here?
Well, no, just so we can extend more time if needed. I can.
Did I ever learn in my studies how to make? Because I have like medicine as one of my things. So like, did I ever learn how to make these into like whatever you'd use them for?
Into
You think
powder?
somebody with sufficient medicine knowledge might be able to work it into something?
Okay, cool. We'll work that out later. We'll get them now. Come back,
Dad, we don't
shove
have
them
to
into
do
Dad
that.
before
Let's
morning,
go.
and kick my uncle in the face. Woo! I mean,
All right.
your father's probably. Never mind. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, the trial doesn't bring up anything unpleasant for you, cousin.
Does
I get-
awaken mine? Does your cousin believe that his dad has your dad?
I mean, everybody knows my uncle has my father, but
Like the wrong way.
I kind of doubt it. But, we could ask, what is your opinion of your father, Kraylon?
Okay.
He is the archpriest.
Mm-hmm.
He groomed me for this position. He taught me to follow the light of Lathander wherever it shines.
Maybe a hypothetical question.
Well, tonight it's shining in a forest.
In the dark.
Kraylon, are you pretty well educated on your kingdom's legal history here? I would hope, as head of the god. I mean, because if so, I could
yes,
just ask you
absolutely.
questions rather than gesturing at the books. Seems like it'd be quicker. Okay, fantastic. I'm in. Let's go.
Mushroom hunt. Do we need like a bow? Or I've seen animals been used to
Oh,
find
they-
mushrooms now.
I lived here. I know where they are. They grow on
Okay.
trees. It's fine.
All right, let's do
They
this.
glow. They shouldn't be too hard to find.
Well, only in the. We'll have to
Oh.
bring a light. It's fine. We'll make it work and then produce flame.
I have so much stuff that shimmers in the moonlight.
There you go.
Yes, good luck.
Like all
reflective.
of my gear basically glows in fucking moonlight.
Pen, when you produce flame, Quill says, or no, not Quill. Sorry, Kraylon. I gotta get my own character straight. Kraylon, his eyes light up. He says, "You can produce lights as well, cousin." And he pulls out his greatsword, and it ignites in flames.
Oh. Yeah, we can all do that. And Shah snaps his fingers, and there's a tiny little flame off his. Vegetation flavor.
The light of Lathander will guide all of us.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
I'll cast
All right, let's
thaumaturgy
go.
and make the flames on Graylon's sword change color to like a bright blue.
I have a question for you. Is it possible for you to change the colors rapidly between all the colors that
Yeah,
shine within the light of Lathander?
Yep, I'll do it. Rave. There we go. We just cycle through them.
Behold, the RGB sword of Lathander.
This is why my beard and my hair are the color that they are. I discovered one day that the light of Lathander can scatter as it passes through droplets of water or rain.
That's why.
That all of these colors are contained within the light of Lathander, so I wish to show all of them.
Cousin, on this walk, I'll tell you a story of someone I met, an angel, in fact. And I think you really would have liked him. And yeah, I'm not going to go into all that, but as we walk, I'll regale him with the colorful stories of Guy Boutamps without maybe some of the exploits.
All right. As you guys go down and as you're leaving Castle Rite, you are met by Quill Rite. Where are you going?
What is a thing I would know is in that region that is not, or like somewhere around, where would I actually think to be lying about sneaking out of the house about? I lived here forever.
A bar. You're giving us a tour.
There's the town of Strockton in that direction. There is a large lake known as Lathander's Reflection.
Ah, well, I guess we're going to Strockton. What's in Strockton?
It's one of the largest
there a
towns
tavern
in your kingdom.
Maybe there's a tavern.
There's definitely a tavern there.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I'm like, Uncle, we're going to have a last hurrah. I figured I'd show my friends, some fun in the kingdom since we're going to be on trial tomorrow, all serious and whatnot. You seem to have some misconceptions about me.
And he looks very sternly across all of you. And then he gets very close to you, Penn. Look, you don't want the throne anyways. Take the banishment. Think about all your friends. Think about your cousin, your mother. Are you sure you want to challenge me?
And in awakened mind to him, I say, if you lay a hand on any of them, my God will rip you limb from limb. And then I just brush past him.
Just as Penn goes past him, I'm like, and are you planning to kill the king immediately after Penn's banishment, or are you waiting a bit?
I don't know what you're talking about. It is the job of the archpriest to ensure the health of all of the royal family.
So, you wouldn't be at all concerned if we were to go find some orange caps in the Dark Pines, would you?
What the fuck? It's going
And I'm looking for his reaction.
Yo, what the fuck?
And how does he react to this?
For someone who's never been to our island, you are certainly well versed in our fauna.
All right, gift of gab. He forgets that and he remembers me saying, all right, have a nice night.
Forgot about that spell.
I didn't. I figured that was what he was doing, but
The chat is losing
Jesus
their mind. All right. So you gift
and
of gab him.
Yeah, and as we're walking to it, I do not change Kraylon's memory. I only change Quill's and any of his guards.
And as Kraylon is following you all out, Quill yells at him. Kraylon, remember who you serve, boy.
And Shauna looks over at him and just taps the spot on his chest that he showed him earlier.
And Kraylon follows all of you. And the party heads out to Dark Pine Crossing late at night.
nothing bad could ever happen.
Nothing bad could ever happen. Well, we're going to take a break right there.
Oh, sometimes it's fun stressing people out. I see what you're saying now, Tyler. Back in 15.
Back in 15, guys.
I'm playing Ludima Razorclaw, an anthropheline wizard who plays a magical harp.
Okay, but that's an elf.
Hey kids, are you tired of those boring old standard miniatures?
Where's that voice coming from?
It's not important. You can't defeat epic foes with normal heroes. You need custom heroes. And you can get all the custom heroes you need any way you want them at Hero Forge.
You hear that too, right?
Yeah, what is that?
Shut up, it's not important. What is important is that with the launch of Hero Forge 2.0 update, you have more customization options than ever. And now you can get them printed in full color.
It's just like I designed it!
Just log into HeroForge.com anytime, any place, even on your phone. You can make your heroes whatever you want them to be. Dozens of fantasy species, thousands of items to mix and match. Let you create virtually any character you can imagine.
An elephant man!
Wow, look, frog folk!
I made a giggle dog!
They even have robots!
A bald eagle riding a wolf carrying flamethrowers! So much freedom!
You can have your minis printed in a wide variety of quality materials, or download the STL file and print them at home. Oh, and did we mention that you can create custom images for your heroes and digital tokens for online games?
Wow,
Wow,
those Hero Forge minis
look
sound
so cool.
great!
You bet they are. Get your Hero Forge miniatures today. After all, you're gonna need them for what comes next.
Wait, what is that supposed to mean?
Get your Hero Forge minis today.
You know what? There's probably a platform out there where we could pretty simply... There's got to be something open source for creating fighting games, right? We can make a Mercs of Mischief fighting game.
Look, we got to come up with special moves. You can't just say it's a fighting game.
Well, all the special moves are built in. We just have to rip off all of WotC's IP.
I picture that Grubhub in the Forgotten Realms is delivered by a literal grub. And when you close the door, it hops up on two legs and dashes away.
Hooves Hub.
I don't.
I don't know what's better, the name or the silence that came immediately afterwards.
I was thinking
come up to your
fleet
window?
eat. Can you imagine an army delivering one like taco to your door?
I think
Maybe.
that the Academy should corner the gig economy here.
I think it's
Let's do
Dimension
it.
DoorDash.
Dimension DoorDash?
Brandon, we can't hear you.
I think he said, "God damn it!"
That seems like a very Braden.
Now
thing
he's
to say.
flailing about, even though we still can't hear
He's
him.
entering problem-solving mode.
He's cussing out something. Like, man, that was so easy.
I like when you like steal like a shitty truck from like some farm people.
Like
Fucking
this.
every cop in the county comes after you guys. But you
Vincent,
like
Vincent.
break out of a hospital. It's just like, well, I went over the bridge. They're gone now.
Like, seriously, Uzoff, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is like the fucking easiest shit. You have been programming Monopoly family games since 1992. Alright? This isn't difficult. How did you fucking whiff this so bad? No, like, this is fucking inexcusable. In fucking 2010.
Still frozen on my side. I'm playing with a bunch of fucking ghosts, and nobody can complete this auction. I'm looking at a fucking empty auction screen. And this is all fucking Ubisoft's fault. You fucking shit the bed so bad on a game that was mastered before the fucking Great Depression. Holy shit.
Ow, God, I can't breathe.
Scratched the code.
It ain't over yet. I've played my Silver Flame Ritual card, which places a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. And if I play it with the Adamant cost, if at least 3 white mana was used to cast the spell, all of the creatures gain Vigilance as well, giving my token knight +1/+1 in Vigilance, along with both of my Basari lieutenants and my youthful knight. I'm doing the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I place into play my Silverwing Squadron, a flying human knight. It has Vigilance, so it does not need to tap to attack. When the Silverwing Squadron's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures I control, Silverwing Squadron, whenever it attacks, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance, equal to the number of opponents I have. And that's you, Kaiba!
Party pillows don't have to be weird.
They don't.
I know. They can be very weird. That's why I said they don't have to be.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're using a skeleton as a pillow, Skylar, what are you doing?
It's a pill. It's a what?
It's a pile of bones. It's not a pillow.
It's a friend.
It is calcium at best.
Ambush! Push!
No, please!
Ambush! Push!
Hey.
What are you doing?
You stop.
Why don't we're close?
Hello. Who would like really hard mozzarella stick? I found them on the table.
That's wooden plank, you idiot.
This mozzarella stick is good for you.
Oh, I touched. Let me touch your face.
Caress me, sir.
I'm trying to, but your face is too far.
I spilled bodies everywhere. But I do know the solution. There's a business called Penn's Catering. Feeding Hellspawn and getting bodies gone. Feeling swole.
Okay, I killed their healer. Good puppy. Good puppy. Oh, yes. you need to ride this out to its final tragedy. Like,
guys, I've been talking to this dog for a while, and he's got some good ideas.
I have a technical question. How short is that T-shirt?
It's a crop top.
You.
It's a crop top. It's not lewd. I'm sorry, my midriff is there. Don't shame me.
Are you a fucking roller derby chick in 1960s California? Why do you have a crop top?
Or alternatively, are you a volleyball dude in 1980s California? You know, I'm actually really glad this is becoming a trend, because I personally get this a lot, where people either hear my voice and don't see my face, or they see my face and don't hear my voice, and when they get the two together, they're like totally shocked. But I mean, I don't see what the issue is, you know, like, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You threatening me, Master Jedi?
What is a word in your foreign language that just sounds insanely inappropriate to English speakers?
In Primordial, the word for friend is slugfucker. Yeah, I was trying to tell them at the front. They said they would pass it along to you, but apparently you didn't get...
How would you rate your pain on a scale of 1 to 10?
Not a fan. 3 stars at best.
Alrighty then.
Tell me about the first magic item you ever created for D&D.
Okay, I think y'all are gonna like this here. Now, this is called my bag of time-space bullshit. Like this old regular old dagger, right? And just put that in the bag. Now, at the same time, other versions of you in other universes are putting similar items into the bag. Yeah!
Yeah, I guess we rolled a 6. I'd say it's an upgrade. Effect lasts 24 hours.
Look out, beware, roll the dice if you dare. Let's go and fight, protect, persuade, deceive. Let your party run free. You can't take back your choice in D&D. So go on and work together. Family of strangers, help you get advantage. Charm of this is your time. It's your story to tell. Enter the world of mercenary. Mischief, mischief, mischief.
Logical tragedy. Phil found him some tomes by elves, dwarves, and gnomes, all about kings and magical things. He learned about planes and nature's domain. Phil was as happy as he'd ever been. One scroll he unrolled of a story so old about an old phoenix. It's hard to rhyme phoenix. Phil realized this tale was about Uncle Dale, who disappeared about a century ago. Then poor old Phil was oh so thrilled. He was enraptured as he read the last chapter. Forgot his condition of random ignition. Before the last page he blazed up in fire. The book then was burned. Phil never did learn his Uncle Dale's story of Phoenix's glory. The library clerk lost her smirk. This won't work. You'll have to learn from a scholar or bard. Phil-la-la-la, Phil-la-la lore. If you're a phoenix, it's hard to find lore. Phil-la-la-la, Phil-la-la-lammable. It's hard to read books if you are flammable. Phil-la-la-la, Phil-la-la-lad. Has there e'er been a story so sad? Phil-la-la-la, Phil-la-la-lee. As a combustible parrot in a library.
You know the old Republic, way before the Empire. There was once a Sith Lord who actually retired. He was kind of different, not like all the rest. When he fought you, there was something extra on his breath. An orphan in a tavern, he grew up all alone. But one day he did feel the Force to call into his own. It led him to a secret room back behind the bar. There he found a kyber crystal in a whiskey jar. He drank that jar of whiskey and held the crystal high. Then he knew his destiny was near and ever nigh. And he drank himself in Dagobah, got lit on Dantooine. On Hoth he then got hammered and got trashed in Tatooine. On Bespin and imbibed too much, on Yavin he got sick. But that didn't stop him for a trip of bourbon on Kashyyyk. His name's Darth Whiskey, and despite what you have read, he'd rather have a drink with you and pass the time instead. He found him some instructions on the HoloNet online, how to make a lightsaber with a kyber crystal fine. That kyber marinated in that whiskey jar. When it activated, the sword would belch and fart. Then a Sith Lord found him. Darth Sobrus was his name.
Apprentice young man you will be, a Sith of such great fame.
The Sith Lord took his lightsaber, which made a burping sound. Darth Sobrus shook it, but he turned it on upside down. The lightsaber ignited, in his chest a crying shame.
You will be the Sith Lord now, Darth Whiskey is your name.
And he drank himself on Dagobah, got lit on Dantooine. On Hoth he then got hammered and got trashed in Tatooine. On Bespin he imbibed too much, on Yavin he got sick. That didn't stop him from a trip of bourbon on Kashyyyk. His name's Darth Whiskey, and despite what you have read, he'd rather have a drink with you and pass the time instead. In his starship called the Barrel Roll, with nothing much to lose, he flew around the galaxy, sampling all the booze. The sober Jedi Council didn't know what to think. They confronted Darth Whiskey, who said,
"Everyone must drink.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes."
Not true, Darth Whiskey said. Absolute is vodka fine, but try some space whiskey instead.
The Jedi Council took a drink, and for once there'd be no fight. There was balance in the Force, while they drank and drank all night. And they drank themselves on Dagobah, got lit on Dantooine. On Hoth they then got hammered and got treasure.
All right, welcome back, adventurers. Hope you enjoyed that little break before we jump into the action to see if the adventurers here can get the cure. There's a lot going on right now. So before we get back to all of that, Puck, who are we playing with this week?
Oh, let me tell you.
The same as
and this. Look, you guys wanted this backstabbing political intrigue. That's what we're doing right now.
By you guys, he mostly means me.
Yeah, it was you guy. You wanted this backstabbing political intrigue. You wanted gothic villages full of clerics. Man, there's something for everybody here. So I am a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to play with all these cool people here who are content creators in their own right. I've got a dusting of cat hair over the break. So I'm waving my hands around a lot. But anyways, I like to take this moment in between things to tell you about them and the things that they do out in the world and things. And because she just had a video come out yesterday, we're going to start with Norbog today.
Hello guys, I'm Arcady, and yes, like Sean mentioned, I just had a video come out yesterday. It's a new show called Running with Scissors, which I host and write and the channel produces, and it is about crafting and cosplay help. And it is up on the Mercs YouTube right now, so you should go check it out and, like and subscribe and leave me a comment, because I've never done anything like it before. So thank you to everybody for helping me put it together, because it was definitely a group effort, even though I'm the one on camera in it. And yeah, that's mostly what I've been up to. You can also find me on my Twitter, which is Arcady Cosplay, so you can catch me doing more crafting and cosplay stuff over there. And yeah, that's about it for this month.
All right. And going from the person who was in the video to the person who helped edit it, Jabetta. Tell us what's going on.
Hey, I'm Jabetta. What's up? It's me, Sarah, production manager here for the Mercs of Mischief. Beth already talked about her thing. We've got a couple of other shows coming your way that I've already had one episode come out. So if you like those first episodes, you're going to love these next ones. Starting with Skylar can't cook. So we were like, hey, Skylar, you want to do a cooking show? And that's a thing that exists. And then there's Puckin' Modules, and Sean is like his DM, and he talks about modules, and he's like, hey, you do the thing. And there's a Ravenloft guide that's been released, and he made a video about that and got it done real quack.
I did quack it out.
And then there's also the other one, which is World Weavers, where we weave a world, and then I edit it, and it goes on the YouTube. And then there's Trash Bin on Tuesdays.
All right.
Hey.
Watch Trash Bin.
Watch Trash Bin.
We got that. All right, and then the man of the hour, Penn.
Oh boy. Well, if you think I look anxious and uncomfortable here, have you seen my show where I try to cook? Because there you go. I did cooking pudding for Valentine's Day, and we've got a mixed drink coming out for March 5th. If you find out what national day that is, that might give you a little bit of a hint as to what the video is about. But if not, you'll have to look and wait. I also do streaming on my personal Twitch channel at Noctum Sky. I do that Mondays and Wednesdays, except when I am doing Asunder, which I am also a part of, where I play Gary. Check that out last Wednesday of every month. And I'm sure there's other stuff. I'm on Trash Bin and World Weavers and stuff. And I love working with the YouTube stuff here. So go check all the good things out. If you search my name, something will come up. Maybe watch that video. There you go.
All right. And our resident Vroid master, Lilith Singer. What do you got going on?
Okay. So what?
Tell us about Vroids.
Okay.
Tell us about you. It's your turn now.
So yeah, I have taken on a new hobby, which is Vroid. Having a lot of fun making 2D characters and 3D characters, and then getting to basically do face animation with them when I do streams. I am currently under the avatar of Dipper Dog now, the neon puppy. And I enjoy playing her while doing Calico streams, because Calico is a sweet game if you like animals and you're getting stressed out. It's nice. I recommend getting it off of Steam. And then the opposite of Calico is a horror game called Visage. I'm going to get back to that somewhere and title my horror video a little more properly. Anyways, I do art and gaming. I don't have a set schedule. Normally it's in the evenings on the weekdays, so I can do it after, work. And, if I guess you catch a stream, you might see me rebuilding, Lilith, because she was my guinea pig when I started off, and now that I know what I'm doing with Vroid, I'm going to officially remake her so she looks better.
All right.
Yeah. That's me.
Thank you so much for that. And last but not least, our producer and master of disturbing puppets, Kashano.
I'm Jonathan, also known as the Mad Maker. You can find me on Twitter at _Mad Maker. I'm also here on Twitch, where I stream occasionally at just the Mad Maker. Do occasionally, sporadically, with zero consistency, stream there. Sometimes I stream for 36 hours in one stretch for a charity stream. Sometimes I don't stream for months. Who knows? I also have a podcast with friend of the channel, Mandari, that's called Proficiency Bonus. You can find that wherever fine podcasts are subscribed to, which you should subscribe to, and leave it a rating, a 5-star rating, because that's the best way to help a podcast grow. You can find me over at TikTok at Marty Immortal. I've started doing like roleplay tips over there, which seem to be getting a pretty good response. So if you want, some of my thoughts on how to play a character, that seems like a well-rounded, interesting person, or at least I think so. That's a good place to check out. And sometimes people ask me, God, how do you do all of these things? Well, the trick is I never sleep. And one of the things that helps me never sleep is a fine cup of coffee. And if you're looking for some fine coffee, you should look into Found Familiar. We actually have an affiliate link. If you go to foundfamiliar.com/Mercs, use the Mercs coupon code at checkout, you can get 10% off. And it helps support the channel. There's a link down in the panels. But, I also like to take a little bit of time to talk about our main sponsor for these shows, which is Hero Forge. They've been such wonderful supporters of our channel pretty much from the beginning. They started supporting us before we even had like 1,000 followers. So we love them, and you should love them too. There's always new things coming out over on Hero Forge. The only way to know for sure what's dropping every Tuesday is to go over to heroforge.com.
Thank you so much. Be sure to check out those people. Thank you so much to everyone for supporting us. I hope we get to make a commercial for Found Familiar in the future, because I think it'd be a lot of fun. We did that Hero Forge commercial. Be like, Found Familiar. Find yourself a familiar roast every.
Well, we're affiliates with Found Familiar enough. They want to take up
Yeah,
a
we're
formal
affiliated. But
sponsorship.
go use that affiliate link and make them good friends with us, so you can have more content and another off the wall weird commercial from them.
I would love to do like a coffee time chat show, here and over on YouTube, maybe.
But do it like in the Forgotten Realms, and talk with like characters from the Forgotten Realms and stuff. Well, yeah, right? Would that be awesome?
Hey, let us know. Tweet at us and tweet at Found Familiar Coffee, and let us all know what sort of show you would like to see. Sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee.
Yeah, we'd love to show it to you. But let's continue this show that we're doing right now. I mean, why not? Tradition, I guess, is the best. Anyways, so when last we left our heroes, cat hair everywhere. When last we left our heroes, they had escaped awkward family dinner time and run off to the library to gather information. It was decided that Kishano would be the advocate for one Pennathan Rite accused of heresy, while Gilbetta snuck off carefully after she was, made invisible by her friend Lilith, and had a little chat with the king through the message spell. Discovered that perhaps an orange cap mushroom, or the powder from an orange cap mushroom, can help them along the way. So the party departed, with Kraylon affirming his loyalty to Penn. They had a tense encounter with Archpriest Quill as they headed towards Dark Pine Crossing Forest. So, the journey is long. It's going to take a few hours to get there. As you are all traveling through the rain. It is not driving heavy rain. It is rather light. It's just this kind of gentle shower that's coming down over everything. And Kraylon is following close with all of you as you make your way through the lush valleys of the Quill Point Islands.
Kraylon, as we said, everybody interprets Lathander's teachings a bit differently. How does your local church feel about seeking further knowledge that may be a little bit on the edge, a little bit questionable, in order to better understand goodness and the light? Sometimes people need to look into darkness to truly understand Lathander's light, yes?
Yes, you have to delve into darkness to shine the light of Lathander on it.
Indeed.
To bring light to the darkness.
Is there any sort of case history or legends from your islands or within your family of those who may have looked a bit too deeply into the darkness for the preferences of the church, but ultimately, proved to be doing good and progressing the society forward? Sort of
it's difficult to say.
History, case law.
Lathander himself to get engaged in some deception.
Indeed.
Once, for the greater good. He came to this world and masqueraded as an adventurer. He did this to fight other evil gods.
So, it could be heard, it could be possible to convince the court that as long as the ultimate end is to fight evil and harm in the world, Well, good, right? If we can prove that much, would we be able to avoid the charge of heresy? That's our ultimate goal, is...
I believe that if you do not abide the presence of evil within your sight, then you are working in Lathander's will.
And is testimony taken as evidence? Does it hold the same sort of weight as that which can be seen and shown and measured, or do we need to...
Potentially, if the queen can be convinced.
All right, well, is it completely up to the queen? Is there anyone else involved in the decision?
Not for this case. If the archpriest is involved in the accusations, it must be the queen's decision.
All right. All right. I think this is easy. I think we've got this. That part,
yes,
I've got.
There are some in the kingdom that believe in the old ways. They believe that Lathander is in fact an ancient god, that he used to go by another name, that was callous and did not care for life or death. That these new tenants are a kind of masquerade.
Do you happen to know that name, or are you not at liberty to speak it?
It is Amontor.
Does that ring any bells on my side?
Well, let's roll up a religion check, and I'll tell you.
Ooh, with 10.
It's 14 for me.
Jabetta knows. Amontor is an ancient sun god. Way back in the day. There is some debate as to whether or not Lathander is Amontor in a new form, and whether or not Lathander will revert back to Amontor at some point. But the presence of Amontor dates back to the Netherese.
I'll just kind of jump in there and lay all that out. But I'll do it as Kashano, you know, and lay all that out of who Amontor is and the myths and the theories. And...
All right, Amontor. Wait, I'm sorry. I'll write it down this time. What was the storm god's name?
Talos.
Talos. Okay. All right. So Amontor is disinterested. But the queen doesn't follow those old thoughts, right?
No. To my knowledge, the queen believes in the new ways.
Okay. So we need to... All right. You know what? I think I've got this. I'm going to sort of work some plans out here as we're traveling. I will handle that part of this situation, and I will keep the trial going for as long as possible. I say this generally to everyone. If you can...
This medicine to my father, we may not need to hold it as long.
Our best opportunity for doing so will likely be
during the trial.
Yes, when we know where Quill is.
Yeah. So, I think I probably will not be present at the trial until it is that I can hopefully heal your father and show up with him there.
I will need someone to offer testimony on Penn's deeds. Unless I can just speak for myself. What is the court procedure here? Is the council allowed to offer testimony, or...?
You will be able to offer testimony. You must present the case that my cousin is not a heretic.
Yes. All right. Well, yes, then I think most of you, except for Penn, of course, wouldn't need to attend Although I wonder.
Lilith and I are very noticeable here, though. I don't think they're going to let us go missing too easily.
Well, that's a good point. I don't know. For that matter, I haven't seen many other blue folk. But are they even going to wonder? Are they going to require all of our presence? I mean, the rest of us aren't on trial.
I mean, we might not be on trial, but kind of on trial just by existing here. I know when I'm not welcome in a place. You just get a preternatural sense of it. I don't think they would let me and Lilith slip away too easily.
I really don't even like having any of you away from us. Honestly, it makes me just as uncomfortable knowing that, well, you feel that way and knowing how the people here can be.
And I mean, even if something goes wrong at Penn's trial, I would prefer to stay with him. I don't like the idea of him alone and undefended. I don't like his odds against a room full of clerics.
And if a big part of... I mean, if Quill is tied up at the trial, presumably he's going to have at least one or two of his guards with him. I mean, the guards were there. The guards were in the room. They know what he's done. Presumably. They know that he's at least hiding something. He has to be alone before he said what he said to him, to the king, but...
Perhaps it's these old ways, these old beliefs. It's that sort of rhetoric and dogma that he's used to sway the loyalty of these gods. If we could show that he's not going in the service of Amintar, or do we not even bring that up? Do we just concentrate on Talos?
I think we may be able to do this a lot more simply and quickly, as long as we can get back with. And are we at the forest by now?
Was that my main concern is clearing your name. Now, if we can get your father there, he'll be able to condemn Quill easily. We don't need to worry really so much about proving that case. Now that I think of it.
I mean, I know sending. Honestly, if we could get it back, either Gilbetta or I with my mount, one of us can fly to that window. I know where it's located on the outside of the castle. If I sending my mother saying, call an emergency meeting, my uncle can't possibly stay with my father. And you're
thinking before the trial?
Potentially, yes. I think that's the best leg to stand on, is if we can recover my father. It sounds like he's fully aware of what my uncle's been doing. As much as I trust you to defend me and would have that happen, I think this may circumnavigate even having to put us at odds like that.
Well, what time of night is it?
We can't guarantee justice will be served.
It's getting quite late because you guys departed after dinner and it was about 3 or 4 hours walk.
So by the time we get back, it's probably going to be time for the trial.
Yeah.
Fuck the trial. We don't even have to go.
I mean,
I don't think that's...
You generally do.
That's not how that works, I don't think.
Just saying, if we can wake my father up, nothing else matters. Genuinely, I don't care if we left after that. I don't care what they think of me here. As long as my father is back where he needs to be, he'll make sure justice is done with my uncle.
We should likely get a message to Black Cherry to make sure she knows everything that's going on.
I can do that. And I guess I'll send a sending and catch Black Cherry up on what's going on. Just like...
As you send the sending out, you round the edge of Lathander's reflection towards the Dark Pine Crossing woods. The rain stops. And the clouds above you crackle. one after another, a bolt of lightning from the clouds arcs down into the forest and strikes the trees.
He's getting rid of all the mushrooms.
Jabetta's like, oh, right. Your dad also said that he has an ally in the clouds, above the clouds. So that's probably what's going on there.
Could anybody circumnavigate that? Anybody got a weather changing spell? I'm looking at my CL.
Two of you have ultimate power, ultimate abilities.
Smoke begins to rise at the portions where the lightning has struck the forest.
Gilbetta's running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full on sprint towards the forest.
All
Do
right.
I see fire yet? Do I see?
You start to see some fire through the trees.
Okay. It's like full on high level create or destroy water. Dropping it.
All right.
And
The
I'm
fire
doing it
is
as rain
yeah.
because I think
You're
I
just
can
running around trying to like shoot it down.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I need a perception roll.
That's a 20 for me.
11.
16.
23.
Okay. Pen, you don't see it. Everyone else does. They stand out pretty well against the dark night. Giant creatures with pale white skin moving through the trees, stripping items from the bark.
I'm the one person who would know what those are.
And there's two of them.
Okay. Jabetta was running in. What are you?
I'm running.
You're
going.
running? All right, well, if you guys follow Jabetta, you're all in the forest, so everybody
Yeah.
but Penn sees these creatures.
What the
I-
fuck
Can
are
I-
those?
Can I tackle one?
I'm pointing him out like, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's about
They're enormous.
Can I
They're
tackle
about-
one?
They're about 20 feet tall.
Can I tackle one?
You could try.
What about my tattoo of Thundering Strike? I don't know what that thing does
How-
yet.
How far away are they?
They are 10 feet away through the trees. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Oh, they close? Okay, fantastic. I am going to point at one and just start whispering, they're coming, they're coming. Made a mistake, turn back. Isn't wrong, isn't wrong. This isn't the instruction. And I'm casting Dissonant Whispers on it.
Okay.
And, so target must make a Wisdom save. That's 17 on a failed save. It takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use reaction. If available, to move as far as speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously blah 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 blah. So yeah. So Wisdom save 17.
All right. Let's see how we do.
Well,
Got a 19.
How we do? Oh, he do a 19.
know what it is now. Too.
Not what
I'm
I
still
thought.
asking
Great.
Penn, like, what the fuck?
Well, it's not.
So it takes half damage.
All right. That happens. And he goes,
NIMBY, spooky voices.
How many are there?
2.
Just 2.
Cumley,
Just grab mushrooms.
Hypnotic pattern?
Look, you guys can do whatever you want.
Okay.
But we're going to roll up some initiative.
Yeah, okay. Does that mean I gotta wait my turn then?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I'm going to put you guys
Oh, there was no
here.
tracker to touch, so I just rolled. Sorry.
Okay, well. All right.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Let me put you guys in the scene first.
Hey, 20.
All right.
There it is.
There we are. So, 2 cloud giants are running around the forest, desperately trying to strip mushrooms off the trees.
Cloud giants. Well, shit. I do love fighting things that have giant in their name. That's never turned out bad.
That's never been an awful thing. All right. Roll them up. And I got Kashano and I got Norbog, but I need to put a Lilith in.
Oh boy.
For 20. And Pen for 16. And Jabetta for 7. All right. So, starting at the top of the round, Kashano.
Okie dokie. Fuck, I don't think I know what Talos looks like, so we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is I am going to... Fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and cast Enemies Abound on one of them.
All right.
I guess we'll go with the southmost one, the one closer to me.
Okay.
No, actually, that's dumb. I want to go with the one further away from me, so that the closest thing to it is the other one. That is a much smarter thing to do. So I'm going to do that, and the save is Intelligence 17.
All right. Let's see how he does with his intelligence save. 14.
Okay, so it thinks everything is an enemy.
Enemies everywhere.
Yeah.
He's most upset. Next up, Lilith.
Came back to craziness. I'll go back to my original plan, I guess. Hypnotic pattern.
All right.
It reaches them both, right?
It sure can.
Okay. So, kaboom. Needs to make a 17 wisdom save.
All right. Let's see how they do.
Don't forget, 2 of you have ultimate ability.
You do have ultimate attacks. They got 21 and 19.
That's cool.
Oh.
That's okay. Mandal inspiration. Everyone gets a plus something.
plus 8, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Unless it got better for you.
Yeah, it's a plus 8 temporary HP.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And you can move around right now wherever you need to position yourself. Yeah, if you so choose to. And as usual, I take flight. I do things with boots.
You get up in the air?
I'm up in the air.
All right.
Because I got bow and arrow.
I'm gonna use the opportunity to just move myself closer here and kind of down into the trail.
Okay.
So that I'm hopefully within eyesight of this one down here.
All right. So, cumulatively.
No, it's my turn.
Comely. Oh.
I had an 18.
Oh, I got you here in 4.
I had an 18.
All right. Well, let's put you in proper. My bad.
It's okay.
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna move down there.
All right.
Just double check. Yeah, and for one, I'm gonna do my surprise attack, so that'll come into play at the end because it's the first
All right.
round, and I'm going to take my javelin of lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to aim it through them. So I'm gonna aim at the second one, but it'll pass through both of them
Okay.
and come back to me, and I'm gonna do that twice, but only the first one will sneak attack because I
All
get
right.
2 attacks per round. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Give me those swings.
All right, so first javelin of lightning.
Give me that
Actually-
heat.
No, that did not go through. There we go.
All
That's
right.
the first one.
That is a hit on both of them.
Cool, and they take an extra 2d6 of damage. Let me roll that. 2d6. I have bad luck with getting D&D Beyond to read it, so it's a 9.
All right.
I rolled it on my own.
Very well.
Okay, so that's the first one. And the second one,
Wait, is that a total of 39?
is it? I don't know, I'm
That was
not
the
doing the
first one?
math. And the second
Well,
one
they
is
have
that
to
one.
do a save on the lightning damage.
Oh, they need, yes, that's right. They need a DC 13 dexterity, or they take half, I think.
Yeah. The second one is also a hit. Let's see if they can save on the
27?
lightning damage. Ooh. Nope. Neither time. So 2 bolts of lightning arc through both of them.
What?
And take a bunch of damage.
Yeah, that's a. I want to add that up. Crap.
That's all right.
30.
Don't worry, I got you.
72? What the fuck?
So yeah, lightning bolts arcing through these guys. They're like, blah, blah. They're all having a bad time.
That's why I'm here, folks.
I think you cooked the mushrooms.
They need to be
All
at
right.
powder anyways. They're dried out now. Easier to crush.
So, Cumuli vanishes and appears next to you. Norbog.
Cool. Great. Love this development. Love this for her.
And produces an enormous morning star. And then attempts to make Norbog paste.
I've seen bigger.
16.
That probably hits. Or my armor class is 16. That hits
Okay,
then,
that is
yeah?
tied to defender.
Wait, what? Oh, so it doesn't hit.
Yeah, you're all
I'm
right.
so used to that not going my way that I'm shocked when it does. Great,
Well, look,
he just misses.
I'm a benevolent dungeon master.
Thank you.
And he swings again. 14.
Nope, misses.
You're able to dodge out of the way of that one as well. And it leaves a small crater in its wake.
Cool.
And as this thing swings at you, you can see the pockets of his clothes are filled with these shining orange mushrooms.
Can I yell? Can I yell at them? Somebody pick their pockets and run!
Don't say it out loud.
They're too stupid, probably.
The other one, it's not Nimby's turn yet. It's Pen. Pen.
So yeah, I hear that, and yeah, that seems like the smarter plan anyway. So I'm going to pull out my reins and grab my steed so that I can actually just fly over there. And I'm going to try to close the distance. And I don't know if I have an action to do it or what it would take, but I'm going to try to pick this one's pockets while he's fighting Norbog and try to grab I'm not even trying to do it secretively. I just want them. I'm
Sleight
not
of
trying
hand,
to.
please, sir.
Oh God. It's a 7.
Nope. And now I get to hit you.
Oh, great.
Stay out of my pockets! 26.
Entropic Ward. Disadvantage on that, please.
Okie dokie. 21.
Still hits. God damn.
22 piercing damage.
Ow.
Kunk.
Yeah, no, I'm hurt, but I'm still here, I guess.
All right. So, Lilith, odd or even? Yep.
Even?
Okay. NIMBY, enemies everywhere, even up there. And the
No.
giant flies.
What?
Up to you.
Huh.
And that is the last thing that goes through your head as it swings its morning star at you twice. That is a 30.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. 27 piercing damage.
Fucking go.
21?
27.
27. Ooh.
And then swings again.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, it hits.
19 piercing damage.
Oh, it's exciting.
It's just like, haha, can't get. Oh, shit. So this giant is floating in the air, swinging at Lilith with his enormous morning star.
They can fly!
Gilberta?
Yeah, well, the first thing Gilberta's gonna do is be like, hey, Crayola! This looks like some fucking evil that you should probably deal with. They're trying to burn your forest down and kill us.
It's in my lands! They
Anyway.
will be punished!
Anyway.
Kraylon's token.
Yeah. Get in here. And then I'm going to
Also, one of them just
the one that is flying at Lilith. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at.
Okay.
It's a 16 to hit,
15 hits.
so 22 radiant damage
All right.
for that one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to at a lower level. Bonus action. Healing word for Lilith.
All right.
Thank you. So that's 17 hits points.
17 healing for Lilith.
D&D Beyond, it's so easy to put your HP up and down.
It's so easy.
So then that's my turn.
All right. Well, Craylon's rolling in with a 5 on initiative.
That means he's next. So that's perfect, actually.
That is perfect.
He's
So
like, oh
Craylon
wait.
runs up, seeing this giant strike at Penn. His flaming sword drawn. And goes in with a swing. Cool. Gets a 10. That's not enough. He misses. But he does have an extra attack. Oh, God. There we go. That's much better. And he swings in 4. 8 damage, plus another 2d6 of fire damage.
Also, can I say just for flavor that when he hits, Gilbetta makes all the colors do the thing again.
Oh, delightful. All right. So that is a total. Oh, God, he got so many ones, guys. But the good news is he has an aura that can help everyone. And it is. Hang on.
Is that a paladin thing?
Yes, it is.
Whoa.
Actually, continue. I'll tell you about the aura in a minute. Kashano, you're up.
Dope. I'm standing right there. I am going to pick that pocket. What my action is going to do. I forgot that I have disadvantage on that because of the stupid fucking armor. Damn it, Sharp! There's a 12. Get me any
All right.
mushrooms.
No, but it does get you a mace.
But now that chainmail's good.
20 versus your AC, sir.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it taking a turn? What's going on?
It is. Sorry. It already did its opportunity. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad. It's not a new round. Well, it is a new round of combat.
Is my turn over? I tried to pick a pocket.
All right. No, go ahead.
So that failed? Okay, great.
Yeah, that fails.
Then I misty step away to the rock nearby. Just forget I can do this. Oof. It's bonus action.
So you all have +3 to saving throws from Kraylon's aura of protection if you are within 10 feet of him.
Yeah, so after I take my bonus action there, misty step away, so as not to provoke an attack of opportunity.
All right.
Then my turn is over.
Very well. Lilith, this dude flew up on you.
Yeah, he did. He did. I'll chance it. I'm gonna see if I can polymorph him. No, then he falls and he's gonna take damage and unpolymorph. Unless I can hold him. No.
Are you gonna try and polymorph him into something that isn't flying and then catch him?
Well, he can't fall if he's a little bird.
He couldn't.
Okay, I'll turn him into a little hummingbird.
Okay.
Or at least I'll try to. I know I should
Yeah,
steal
polymorph.
mushrooms. I'll try that next round. So you need to make a Wisdom 17 save.
Okay. Their wisdom's been pretty good so far. Let's see how you do. You got 17 exactly.
Well,
A-okay.
that's cool for him. I guess I'll burn another mantle inspiration so I can buzz out without getting hit with opportunity attack.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
More mantle. See you. Bye.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right.
So exciting.
You did your best. All right. Now it's this guy, and he is surrounded
No.
by enemies, and he's
It's
not
me.
loving
You
it.
still forgot to put me in. I got an
Oh.
18.
Did I? Oh, right. There you are. Sorry, I scrolled past you. My bad. Murloc.
Oh yeah, if anyone's gotten hit and your HP temp went away, just fill it in with 8
You get
HP
another 8
again.
now if your temp went away.
All right. Well, seeing Penn get hurt, decently badly is gonna push Norbog into a rage. So get your wild surge table up. Gonna roll. What do I roll for that? Crap. It's a D8. Okay. Rolled a D8. I got a 3.
All right.
So whatever 3 on the table is, that happens. An intangible spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie, appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. At the end of the current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action. I got a little bomb each turn.
All right.
Exploding ghosts.
Kamikaze ghost attack.
Sean, for flavor, can they be little squirrel spirits? Little
Sure.
floating, chubby squirrel spirits?
These spirits can look like whatever you want.
Great. So it's going to come down to like on the south so that it stays away from where the rest of us are. So hopefully we just hit them. Okay. But beyond that, I have 2 attacks to make.
All right.
Because I'm raging. Okay. There's the wild surge added. A lot of fun stuff. Okay. So I put away my javelin and I take out my Hearthstone Thicket. And first attack, 21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
So
These
that's-
guys don't have a lot of armor. They're just beefy.
8 plus 6 plus 3 for melee strength damage because I'm raging.
Okie dokie.
And second one, that'll hit. So 14 plus 10 plus 3 for raging.
All right.
And then my squirrel spirit goes.
And then your squirrel spirit blows up.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, yeah, this guy is bloodied up. Like, he is a mess. And then how much damage was your squirrel spirit again?
It
2d6?
is, I believe it's 1d6. I can quickly double check that, though. Yes, 1d6. But it's, they have to do a dex saving throw.
Okay. You got a 19.
I don't know what they have to beat for that. It doesn't say.
Okay. I'm going to say it's probably not a 19. I think yours is probably going to be around 14-ish.
Where would I look to find this?
Does it say, like, it's a spell save DC, or...
It just says must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
There's a
well,
lot of things that say that,
you.
and that never makes sense to me.
Yeah. Sean, whatever you decide it is, we
I'm
can
going to
say
make it
that's
14. That's a regular number for a caster at that level. All right. So he dodges that one.
It's cool. They're just going to keep popping up.
All right. All right. So you put some swings at him. This guy's bloodied up. He's in pretty rough shape now. He's not loving this situation.
It's cool. I just hope he keeps looking at me. Come on, guys.
He is going to take some swings at you.
That's understandable.
Number 1 is 29
That absolutely hits.
for 23 piercing damage. Sorry, dyslexia again.
That is halved because I'm raging. Let's
Yes,
half a
it is.
23. 12? 12.
Yeah. Next swing is 23 versus AC.
That'll hit.
That is 14 piercing damage.
That's fine. I'm doing great.
Okie dokie. Pen?
Oh boy. So yeah, Norvog's dealing with this. I think I'm going to, seeing that this is not going terribly well as far as us getting something out of its pocket, I'm going to pull out my ice staff because I like doing that sometimes. And I'm going to cast Cone of Cold.
All right.
And I'm going to aim the cone away from all of us, so it's like, in this direction. It still hits him. He has to make a DC 16 con save, or he takes 37 cold, and I think it's half on a fail. Or on a save.
Oh, you got a
Come
27.
on. So yeah, I think or half as much damage on a successful one.
Yeah. So he's going to take
19.
I'll be generous and say he takes 19.
And yeah, unless you can bonus action try to pickpocket, which I assume you can't, so I think that's it for me.
All right. Next up, Nimby goes after the next closest target. Flies down to Gilbetta.
Yep.
Swinging his Morning Star. That's a crit.
That's a crit. That's a crit.
Roll 20 wants to kill Gilbetta still.
Would cutting words
3
undo a crit?
damage.
Would it make it not a crit?
What?
Would cutting words make it not a crit?
Ooh, because you're taking away the
Or-
D6.
or is it 20
or D8.
Yeah.
Cutting word, man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
Try
either
it,
way,
I guess.
as it's moving towards her, Kashana yells out, "Don't worry, Gilbetta. They're just hill giants. Look how ugly they are." And
All right.
theoretically, launching
Is there a
cutting
save
words
for
at
it?
her. No, cutting words just kind of is an opposite of an inspiration. It's an uninspiration.
So, you know what?
So it removes
like
the
Bane,
I'll give it
right?
to you. That's a good burn for a hill giant, for a cloud giant. They tend to
Okay.
be quite proud.
So it takes their natural 22, natural 14, which I'm sure still results in a hit, but
Well, I mean, if it takes the natural 20 to a 14, that is a still a 24 to attack.
Yep.
But, so that's only 23 damage.
Hey, every little bit helps.
Yep. And he's got another attack still.
That's fine.
Oh wait, no, sorry. that's just multi. He crits again.
I tried. I only get one reaction. I'm sorry.
Why does Roll20 want to kill Gilbetta so bad? Okay, that's 32 piercing damage.
Yeah, all right.
So, Lilith, you're like, nope, none of this, and immediately after you depart from this cloud giant, it like goes down to Gilbetta. It's just like, boo, boo. Gilbetta,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing?
Gilbetta she takes the damage and she goes, "What?" She fucking.
Oh, good. She's okay.
And Gilbetta is going to. Let's see. How do I want to play this? She is gonna. I was gonna go fight the other one, but now that would give him an attack of opportunity. So instead, I've changed my plan here a little bit. She's gonna do. She's gonna do another guiding bolt
All right.
at like point blank range. That is a miss, however.
That is a 12. That is not quite enough. Can anyone inspire you?
All my actions should have used up.
Our turn comes, I guess.
That's all right. I will spiritual weapon because that's bonus action.
All right.
That's also a fucking 12.
Not quite. He's just weaving around too much. He's flying around. He's being all weird.
Yep, that's me. That's me.
All right. So, next up is Kraylon. Crayon shouts out to the crowd, "Do any of you require aid?"
Gilbetta spits up blood.
Very well. And he makes 2 sword swings at the giant. And he hits! For 12 plus another 8, so 20 total damage as he cuts into him with his greatsword. And then he kicks off a 3rd level smite. Adding pile of damage to that. So 4d8 extra damage with a divine smite. Yeah, Kraylon's a paladin. He deals an extra 25 damage to him. And then he hits him one more time. Shoot. Flaming sword swing. Tied a defender. But this one is on his last legs. And then afterwards he departs, taking the hit to go over and aid Gilbetta. And so this guy attempts to get a swing in. Ha! He hits him. And Kraylon takes 27 piercing damage. But he is still kicking. Kraylon's got a lot of health. All right. Next up, Kishano.
Before I take my turn, I do want to mention that we did receive, I'm just saying it now, but we did receive a cutscene for Penn tonight.
Oh.
That came in a couple hours ago.
Thank you so much.
So get ready for that, Penn. Can I see any of these mushrooms still on the trees? Because they were harvesting them from the area, right?
There's a smoldering fire kind of raging around you. You could do a quick perception check to try and find some.
Okay. I will do that check there. That is a good old 20. Not natural.
That
dirty,
is
dirty
20. You see some on this tree right next to you.
Fan-fucking-tastic. I'm gonna go over there and grab one. And
All right.
I will just yell to the crowd. Guys, I've got what we need right here. And I will throw an inspiration on Gilbetta. Gilbetta, I know you're having fun toying around with that one. But perhaps you finish this up and we get the hell out of here. And I hold up the mushrooms.
All right.
And yeah, that's an action and a bonus action, so that's all I got.
All right. Lilith.
I want to kill them.
The one that's fighting Norbog and Penn looks very wounded.
Yeah, I know, but that one hit me and hit Gilbetta, so I'm angry at it right now.
Okay, that's fair. You do still have an ultimate charge.
Yeah, I know.
I can see it right here.
I know. But this is fun.
All right, look, you do what you gotta do.
Hannah has an ultimate.
Mm-hmm. So I know we talk about consent, but I feel like Lilith panics and I want to turn Gilbetta into G-Rexa. No? Okay. I can't. Consent.
Gilbetta's like, she's like, there's a paladin, I'm a cleric, we're doing our thing here.
No, okay.
We're smiting, buddy.
We're smiting. It's fine.
All right, then I will. Oh, could have done that. I'll cast a fairy fire, so you guys get advantage.
All right.
Okay. Kapooya.
Fairy fire is a dex save.
Yeah, they gotta pass 17.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, that one's sparkly.
He is sparkly. He is luminescent.
So pretty. And then I'll put Bardic Inspiration on Jabetta. So
right.
D8 for you.
So Jabetta's gonna hit no matter what.
Double inspiration. Can you use 2 inspirations in one time if you need to?
I don't think so.
Well,
I
just
don't think
gave
you
her
can have more than one.
so
You
maybe
can have an
Oh, did
inspiration
you?
and a bless.
Oh,
Maybe you want
I
to give it to
forgot.
somebody else.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll pass it on Norbach so she just
Oh, great.
finished off
His
another one.
turn's before mine. So my concern is that I'm knocked out before we get back to my turn.
You can use it to a save. You get a save. I won't get a save.
Norbog.
Oh, I was wondering if you needed the cushion HP. Oh no.
I am going to try and take out the one in front of me.
Okay.
By my usual attack, and it's with advantage, yeah?
Yep.
Since it's fairy fire? Okay, so this is first attack and advantage. So the 28
Yeah.
hit. Yeah, 28.
First attack, he's down.
Cool. Down as in dead or?
Down as in dead.
Oh, perfect,
Down
great.
as in you leap with your mighty bugbear strength and crack him across the face with the Heartthorn Thicket, and he collapses to the ground.
Ideal. Well, I still have my movement and a second attack. Can I get? Yes, I can.
You sure
I can get over to the second one. Maybe take some of the heat off Gilbetta and hit him with an attack and an advantage. 30 would hit.
Yes, it would.
So he takes 11 bludgeoning, 11 poison, and 3 rage.
All right.
And I think
And
that's
now he is bloodied and beaten up.
I think that's everything I do. Yes.
All right.
Yes. I'm done.
Okay. Dead people don't get turns. Pen, it's your turn.
Okay, so he's dead. So the mushrooms are in my pocket, right? Do I even have to do anything?
You can just grab the mushrooms out of his pocket if you want.
Okay, and then I see them fighting. We've got what we need, but they're gonna keep fighting him. There's no.
Look, everybody's got a crusader frenzy going on here.
Okay. All right, well then, I'm going to come over here, 5, 10, 15, 20, and I am going to hit him with a Toll the Dead. And yeah, there's just probably, as I see Kraylon doing all this smiting stuff, I'm like, well, now you get to see this, and I just point, and you hear a bell ring, and he has to make a DC 16 Wisdom save or take 14 necrotic damage.
All right.
I hate them so much. So I think he takes half that. He takes 7.
All right. I was right about your power level, cousin, but I appreciate your effort.
Oh, no, I don't actually think it takes any. I'm sorry, that's not
Oh.
a half one. He just doesn't take it. Gross.
That is gross. All right, well, I mean, it's his turn now. And, yeah, he doesn't like that Norbog's come in here and challenging him. He's going to take a swing at Norbog.
Of course. That
You killed Comley! 19.
Okay. So,
19 get you?
19? Yes.
All right. 24 piercing damage.
Which is 12. I'm fine.
For Comley! 26 piercing damage. Or 26 to hit as well, so I'm pretty sure you got
26 to hit, yes.
All right. Better.
It's Gilbetta just kind of looks at Kraylon
I can heal you.
and she's like spitting up blood, and the moonstone hammers come out, and we're just boom, double-fisted moonstone hammer.
Right.
Let's see. That's a 19.
Remember, you
That
have
is a hit.
advantage, so you may crit.
Oh yeah, you do. You get to double up.
Nope.
All right, 19.
And I am activating the charge on it.
All right.
So that's that one. And then I guess, yeah. So I'll do that and hit it with that one and activate the charge on it.
All right.
Which I thought I had a button for that, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh.
For the moon, the charge, the radiant light.
The radiant light. I believe it's just a certain amount of damage roll, and then they got to see if they can avoid with the dex save.
Yeah.
Or is that one con?
It's moonbeam at 3rd level. Actually,
Okay.
I think it's in my spells.
So that should be in your spell list.
It's one. Oh, wait, there it goes.
There we go.
So it's the first.
All right.
One. So it's an extra 14 damage on a con save.
All right. Well, he's going to take half that.
Yep.
The light hits him, and he just kind of holds up underneath, and it's searing him away. Still
Yep.
under the effects of Kashano's spell.
Yep. And then bonus actions.
Gonna give him the bonk.
It's a concentration spell. I don't know if that's really doing anything. It was never really doing much to begin with.
All right, spiritual weapon hits.
That's another 14 force damage.
Oh, rolled a 22 and hits for 14. All right. He is barely holding together, but he is still up. It's Kraylon's turn.
She's just smiling at Kraylon.
You fought well. Here, let me help you with your wounds.
Woo!
What was that?
And he casts Cure Wounds on you. For healing you up for 18 health. Kashano!
Couldn't have just finished. Oh, fuck. Kashano pulls out his weapon. Just to see if perhaps, what's he going to pull out here? What do I get? With my
let's see.
Shifting weapon.
Let's see what you get.
The obsidian something.
The obsidian staff.
The obsidian staff. All right. I don't think I've had this one yet. Is that the pole lever?
Yeah, that's the pole lever.
The obsidian pole lever. Well, I mean,
staff. Shit.
Then I'd have to fucking. Yeah, so he pulls that out and he's just like, God damn it. That's not what I was going for. Nobody's within 5 feet of this asshole, right?
No.
Okay. Ice knife to the face.
Okay.
And he's not in great shape, so I'll just do it. Level 1. That's a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
And then for the extra damage, there's a DC 17 dex save.
Crits on his dex save.
All right. Well, the initial damage was 8, and then takes half of.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
So-
The initial damage was 10, and then he takes half of the cold, so that.
Okay.
Fuck, it's 5. It's 5
So-
total. It's 5. 5
total damage.
Weak ass damage. Yeah.
He's just barely hanging on. Lilith, take us home.
Okay. You're stupid and you're ugly. I hope you die. Vicious mockery. They've been pretty good with their wisdom, though, so it's a low ball.
All right. Let's see.
Do we have a magic bow?
That's a
Yeah.
15.
Still funny, though.
He takes 4 psychic damage.
Now he takes disadvantage if he hits us.
Okay. Well, he has more than disadvantage because you're stupid and I want you to die. Oh, that is hurt worst of all. Collapses to the ground.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Gilbetta jumps on top of him. She's like, "That's what you get for fucking with the Mercenaries of Mischief!"
Okay then.
Lilith gasped and just my words.
Puck, quick question. How big is a cloud
Sure.
giant's head? How big is a cloud giant's head?
Oh, it's extremely large. It's like a large boulder.
Can I carry it? What's the weight?
Trophy.
Can we
Because
get it into...
I know how much I can carry. Give me a weight.
They were sent here.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
I'm gonna look around at these things for any identifying marks, especially if it's anything that matches what's his face's staff. Marks and
But
fellows.
just let Penn speak to it.
Well, they probably wouldn't talk to me. But while you're all yelling at that one and like finishing up,
I'm at the cell phone.
Penn, I am seething. I'm so mad. Like, not only did my uncle come after us, he sent things after all of you. So I just approached this one at the bottom, and I really wanted to save this, but too bad. And I'm going to burn an ultimate charge. And I'm over there muttering, and I'm like, you wanted to make me out to be a monster. I'll show you a monster. And I am casting Undying Servitude with an ultimate charge behind it.
And what are you doing?
To raise a a cloud giant undead.
And I don't think this is gonna serve a case very well. As your attorney, I'm advising against this. As it's happening, I'm not actually trying to stop it, but Kashano very much.
It's just Kashano's like, this is devastating to my case.
Gilbetta's looking at Kraylon like,
Oh, that's useful.
So you raise this hill giant from the dead, or this cloud giant from the dead, as your undead servant. In front of everyone.
Yep.
Up in the sky, the separation of the storm clouds that existed above the dark pine crossing slowly closes as the unseen observer watching events unfold takes stock of his new enemies. And we'll find out more about them next week.
Fucking hell.
As Kraylon looks in awe of dark magic on display, perpetrated by his cousin, and struggles with what he's seeing. Next time on Mercenaries of Mischief. You want to find out what happens next? Watch the freaking show. It's free, buddy.
Got a lot to talk to my therapist about this week. Did you lose your cool? Yeah, I lost my cool a little bit, Doc. Just a little bit.
we had it. We
I
had.
did
We
a
had
small
a plan.
necromancy.
We had it. Oh god.
Love and
I
support.
love
Pat.
it. All right. Stay tuned for the raid and anything else that might happen after the credits.
Stay tuned for the raid and whatever else might happen. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, everybody, for supporting us. Thank you so much to those of you who donate to give us perks and everything like that. We appreciate it so much. That's incredible. That helps keep the show going. It helps keep us doing what we're doing here. Stay tuned till after. We got another thing happen. And until next time, everybody, thank you to my cast, thank you to the viewers, and thank you to everyone out there. Class dismissed.
It's D&D, it's D&D, it's D&D, it's D&D. We all agreed to play some D&D. That means role-playing, fighting and slaying, solving puzzles, maybe it's just me. But you guys won't.
No, we won't.
You guys just don't.
No, we don't.
Follow a single plotline through and through. I'm not complaining, but instead of gaming, you find the weirdest other things to do.
Action.
Combat has just occurred. Some would call it that thing that crabs call it. Not clawbat. Crab lock. I have this written down. I did take notes. Crab lock has just occurred. Upon a sea of astonished crab faces, they can make that face, I assure you. And you're seeing it now flow across the crowd as one crab topples to the floor and a blade clatters to the ground as Clawford lifts up the severed claw of the king crab. I am your new king, and as such, we shall end the rule of such kings. And such Crablock was done, completed, and now Clawford is the rightful ruler of the king crabs, of the crab kingdom, as it were. A lot of kingdoms this week.
His reef neighborhood.
In the reef neighborhood. And so he sets to work plotting what next the crab kingdom will do. A little time passes and he is with some advisors and he comes to... They have mystics in the crab kingdom. Their magic's slightly different.
Are mystics in the crab kingdom perhaps shrimp? Are shrimp mystics in the crab kingdom?
I love it. He comes to his head shrimp advisor, this mystic, and he comes to him and says, can you get me more information on the beings that summoned us? The ones that called to me, that gifted me this victory, these gods. Perhaps some sort of scrying or shrimping, if you will.
Blade crab. We can engage the shrimp march.
The shrimp march. You can
Yes.
do this.
A long convoy. We can gather information from anywhere.
So be it. Find this information. I must journey alone down into the depths of the abyss so that I may go find our long-lost ally, the rumored... I forgot what I was going to call it. The Crabkin. That's what it is. The Crabkin.
Gasps go throughout the crab chamber. The Crabkin, sir.
The Crabkin. The one in
That
the
was
same.
a myth against our enemies, the hated lobsters.
I know. But if we are ever to take over the Crab Shack, we must ensure that we have all the help we can get. We will need the fabled crab of myth, large as the largest iceberg we've ever seen in the far norths, and with tentacles, because everything scary has tentacles down here. And I will seek it out, and we shall wage war. And that's that scene. So if you want to find out what the Crabkin is like and how they're going to go get the Crab Shack, you're going to have to donate again.
To get these cutscenes, you can either join our Patreon at the $100 tier, which gets you a cutscene you can assign once a month, or you can directly donate like was donated tonight by our great supporter David Mason, who really wants to see him release the Crabkin. Remember, it takes at least 5 scenes for a story to play out and affect the world.
This is delightful.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone.
There was adventure, but you guys wouldn't venture. Instead, you said the mountains looked real nice. Middle of winter, you went to the hinter, lands of permafrost and frozen ice. You hid from every danger, you wizard, rogue, and ranger, and found the perfect valley for your quest. In the lands of no man,